Would you look at that? Goeiemorgen, mense. As you can tell, the grass is looking quite nice. Or at least is it? It's one of those nice from far, but far from nice effects happening right here, because with me being busy at work the last couple of weeks, I haven't been doing any lawn care on the weekend. This is past its GDD days for the Prima Max, the plant growth regulator, which means that it's come out of that inhibiting thing, and now I've got a massive bounce back. So grass is amplified in growth, and now I need to chop that all back, so I'm going to have to scalp my lawn. So today's vid is a little bit of a height of cut reset, and that's basically that. Just have to do it. It's looking good. As you can see from the top, it looks tidy. It's not too bad. With all the rain, some parts are under all this mess now starting to get a little bit yellow, so it's probably a good idea just to thin this out anyway. Ideally, what I would have liked to have done is just kept up with the Primo, kept up with regular mowing, run the groomer through this, and that would have kept me going, but nope, lazy man. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay, so I just finished the perimeter pass. Ran out of storage on my phone here, so I had to quickly go and delete some stuff to keep recording. But all that I've done is the perimeter, and I have just done the first pass over there just to make sure that I get a nice straight line for the rest. Not that I intend on keeping the lines, but what I wanted to show you is this little patch. Never mind the fact that I haven't done the edges yet, I'll do that later. This is coming along nicely, and even at a quick little 10mm mow, it's taken it pretty well. But what I actually wanted to show you, was just because somebody reminded me of it on one of the comments that were made recently, is why have I changed my tune about my previous, or one of my previous videos of Kikuyu versus Bermuda, and where I stated that I like Bermuda more than Kikuyu, and I stand by that. I have just been beaten by the Kikuyu. It has won the war. I was fighting those battles, but it won the war. And this is also why I was always mowing at sort of 8mm, because the Bermuda was sort of doing better at that rate, but the Kikuyu always looked ugly in and amongst it. So the way to make the whole lawn look better was to start mowing taller. So that's what I basically cheated the system with, was I mowed taller. The Kikuyu then had a much easier time taking over, and it won. So that's it. I just lost to the Kikuyu. Not that I don't like Kikuyu, I just like Bermuda more, and this is kind of one of those reasons. Never mind this, that was just me turning badly, and it rained a lot last night. That's what Kikuyu looks like, and that's also how it absolutely annihilates Bermuda, but this is what the Bermuda looks like next to it. It's mowed at 10mm. It is, this little section here, it really is very short. So if I push it aside, that's that little guy there. It's probably a true 10mm, and not that I've now lifted it up, but like that, it's definitely at 10. Oh, look at that. You know what that's from? That's from those little yellow butterflies that I South Africans see this time of the year. And these guys eat your cycads badly. That little guy will, goodbye, that little guy will chow your cycads in a day, which means that I probably need to go and check on mine back there. Even the cycads, they'll eat them. 2 days, they're gone. There's a little, you probably can't see it, there's a little white butterfly flying up into that tree. You see it flapping about there. There's white ones, which are also certain caterpillars. And then there's an orangey, yellow looking one that is that caterpillar. And those guys chow the heck out of them. Anyway, just wanted to quickly give you that little update before we carry on. No more talking, let's mow. All right, first pass is done. You can see some of these wavy lines are less than what they were, but this sort of middle section here has got the sort of thickest density, and that's what's causing me to not only drift but get these little lines, because the mower kind of bounces and it causes those little ripples. But all in all, it's actually looking kind of nice, or at least up close it looks nice. I'm not the best cameraman, and what I see on camera doesn't translate in, from what I see in real life. I don't know if one of you would want to pop me a couple of tips, but I don't know how to make my lawn look like what I see it in real life. Anyway, there it is. Looking pretty good at 10 mils. I'm looking forward to getting it to a point that I can keep it there. But let's first pull out I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've started using some other tools, which are the Greenworks tools. That's the battery powered stuff. I've got the 60 volt, I think they call it commercial or professional range. I think 60 volt professional range. And I've bought the multi-tool with a bunch of different attachments and the blower, and I've used them now for, I want to say 2 months, maybe a bit longer than that. So I haven't started any videos on them. You'll see them in the videos because I'm using them. They're my gear. I've paid for it. But I gotta say, I'm very, very happy so far. Everything about those guys is exactly what I would have wanted. It's made everything in my yard better. I have, in fact, gotten rid of my garden service. So it's just myself and my gardener that comes once a week, and he doesn't touch the lawn. He's just doing shrubs and beds and all the rest of it. He uses those tools, the hedge trimmer, the pole saw, all that kind of stuff. That's what's allowed me to keep up at least, general tree pruning maintenance and making sure that hedges are looked after, all that kind of stuff. So I'm very, very happy with my purchase. Anyway, I'll be doing maybe an overview video and then individual product videos at some point in time. Give me a little like and a comment if you guys feel that you want to see that type of content. I haven't really done product reviews in the past, but anyway, next mow is in the opposite direction. Okay, second pass is done. Still obviously at the same 10 mil height of cut over there, but for whatever reason my camera is turning off today. It is hot, but it's only like 22, 23 degrees. It's about 9 million% humidity. I don't know if that's affecting it in some way, but for whatever reason, I keep having trouble. Originally it was storage. Now it's just stopping the film, stopping the camera while I'm trying to record content. But anyway, I've done the second pass at 10 mil. It still looks like a lawn. So I think what I'm going to have to do is run the groomer through it. It's a lot tighter. Also a lot less spongy. I can walk on it and not feel like I'm sinking into it. It's feeling a little bit more like a pad than a carpet, and that is much more along the lines of what I'm after. But I think the thing that's going to just take it that little bit further is to bring the groomer out. So give me a minute, I'll bring the grooming reel out, and hopefully I can record that content for you. Alright, so there's my Protea. That's the SR510 domestic mower with a grooming reel on it. I've already done a video on this, but this little guy is going to help me just sort of thin out all this density. It looks good. Some of you think I'm a little bit mad, but that stuff in the middle there needs to thin out and come out. Some of the yellow mucky stuff. Let's just do it. Okay, so not exactly the way I wanted, but a lot better. I think that the grass is a little bit wet, and that's causing the mower to bog down as well as the groomer to quite an extent. But I think what I'm going to do, if I can just fix the stand while I'm talking to you, is I am going to just do the edges so that I don't have to do them tomorrow. I'm going to try and just blow off a bit of the sort of clumpy bits that are left lying around, and then tomorrow I'll come back in, groom the middle section again, and then mow it again. I didn't do that properly when I did my initial lawn renovation this year, and that is why it's biting me in the backside. Anyway, we'll either see you tomorrow or on the next video. Cheers. Goeiemorgen. Really morning this time. Yesterday was actually the afternoon session. Had a bad time filming. I hope today is better. Right. I didn't like what I came out with. I thought what I'll do is leave it overnight, see if it perks back up again to an extent that I could mow through it and get it right. This little middle section that I've been complaining about. It's still looking quite good, and that's under 10 mils. There's obviously areas where I had touched up with some extra topsoil and so on. That's getting scalped. And in the little patches where you can get lower. But after walking around this morning and sort of feeling through the lawn, that's always the best way to approach these things. Check the seed head from the stress there, but I am to the ground about that deep, and I'm mowing at 10 mils, which is probably around there. So what I've done is I've taken Frankenstein now down to 6 mil. So on the mower, its height of cut is now at 6 millimeters. And I'm going to go in for the kill in this little middle section. And hopefully that helps me just sort of thin this out, because even running the groomer through this yesterday just made everything sort of stand up nicely. But that density is just too much. So I'm going to cut it out. Enjoy it. Alright, so as you can see, I've managed to take it down to a pretty good height. It's way more solid now, so definitely that was the right idea. I haven't lost nearly as much color as what I thought that I was going to lose, but I think we might now if I do the perpendicular pass. So let's get onto that and see how this goes. Saw something shiny while I was busy mowing. Check this out. That popped out of this mower sometime during the mow from here. I was like, I know that bolt. So that could have been bad if I had mowed over that guy. I mean, I've been mowing over stones all day, so I suppose that's one factor. But let me go get a screwdriver so I can tighten this guy nicely. And hopefully that doesn't happen again. That's never happened before, ever. So I'm a little bit worried as to why. But anywho. Alright, I'm just going to give Frankenstein a break because he's tired. Not me, I'm perfectly fine, but Frankenstein needs a glass of water. I mean, a refuel. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I'm done for the day. I realized that Frankenstein's blade has lifted away from the bed knife, so instead of me going to readjust it, I'm just going to give up for the day. It's too hot. The grass is too thick. I think I must actually just run the scarifier through it, so I'm going to go and set up the Protea, the other little prototype that I was using with the verticutter reel in it. I'm going to pull that out, put the scarifying reel in, and come over this again. But this is going to be one of those, during the week after work type scenarios. I'm not going to carry on now. It's way too hot. Okay, late the next afternoon, I am gonna use one or all of those three over there. I just want to try and remember, part of what I'm doing is investigating the different types of machines. What's the best efficiency for you as a home user? In other words, how little tools can I have to still keep a good lawn all year round without having to hire anything? That's part of what I'm doing here. So it's not just that I bought a groomer. I bought a groomer because it was a good option at the time. Price-wise, availability, all that kind of stuff. Not necessarily because it was the best thing to have bought at the time. I originally thought groomer is the right way to go because you can use it more often. But if you don't use it more often, you need something more aggressive. So there is a catch-22 situation over there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run the groomer through this middle section. This is the problem child from about, you can almost see it, from there to about there in kind of a zigzaggy sort of fashion. All the more dense green part. If you look at it from the top, it still looks good and rugged, but it's too thick. So I need to get through that. And Frankenstein's blade is kaput. It is just way too blunt right now. I've eaten through it and I had just backlapped that. So I think it's time to pull that guy apart and grind the reel, get a new bed knife on there, all that kind of stuff. But for now, what I'll do is just keep using it as it stands, clean up the mow, backlap again, and maybe early next year I'll take it in for a service, get the grind on. Anyway, let's play with some toys, see what happens. So I'm just gonna get the blower, get the dirt off that guy. It started to rain. Pack away the other two machines. I'm gonna mow with Frankenstein until I can't mow anymore. This is not favorable.
Hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing my way, or the highway.
I am annoyed by how thick this is. Groomer just looked like it wanted to try and tidy up the top. Verticutter went straight down to the soil, but it's not aggressive enough to remove the matter from the top. So it is nice to break up those runners, get into the soil. It was going deep. That didn't help remove the density from the surface. That only comes from scalping or scarifying. So I am going to have to put the scarifying reel onto that little 17-inch Protea. I think that's a 470 SR, also domestic model, and that is what's going to help me. So I do believe we're expecting 12 mils of rain overnight. So I'm going to have to leave this alone. And maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, maybe the day after that, I will come back out here with the scarifier and do it again. It's way better than what it was. The mower's only in this little top 1/3 now is it gliding. It was gliding all the way from the top, basically down to, I don't know, 4 or 5 meters from that tree. And it's looking a little bit more like this now. So you can see the ground, but those stubs are so dense that especially in areas like this, where you can't see the ground anymore, it's like a pad. I mean, this is, I know I said I wanted to build more of a sports turf-like structure, which this definitely is, but that's a bit crazy. It's way beyond what I wanted. I mean, that is not getting damaged at all. Kikuyu is absolutely not a sissy grass. Anyway, I'm going to call this part 1. There's going to be a part 2 where I have to scarify this. My wife is not going to like it very much, but it will be better in a couple of weeks after the fact. I don't know when I'm going to get to it. That's why this is called part. And that's why this is called part 1. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share this with your buddies, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.